Hi guys, welcome to Olive Bowl's YouTube channel. So here I've come up with a short video again for all of you. Now, as you know that we have already started with our SBI PO course, right? SBI PO 2020 course. I've taken one introduction class also. There were many people who asked me about the complete syllabus. So there are beginners who do not know the complete syllabus of the English section. So what I'm going to cover here is, or just tell you about, is the syllabus. And also, if there are any new students who have not yet joined our course, guys, it's still at a discount. As you can see on the screen, HK60 is my code. You can use this code to avail 60% off. So the course will not be for 3999, it will be just for 1600, the entire course, all the sections, both for prelims as well as mains, right? Now, the syllabus portion for SBI PO particularly, right? English section. Let's go to the PPT. This will be a complete syllabus. So you will have the complete syllabus. You can note it down or you can just watch this. What all should you cover particularly for the section, right? Moving to the PPT now. Okay, again, this is my code. As you can see here, my name code HK60 is mentioned. Just use this for the discount. First, I would say grammar portion. What are the chapters that they ask? So these, okay. First, I would talk about the grammar portion. What are the chapters they ask? These are the parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, article. These are the major chapters that are asked in grammar. Guys, you have to understand in this part what you are supposed to do is rules. You should have a basic understanding of few very important rules which are applied in different question types, right, based on all of these chapters. So when we say parts of speech, these are the chapters, and then additionally you have article and tense. So whatever question you will get related to grammar, I will talk about those question types also, will depend on, of course, how you will, of course, mark your answer will depend how familiar you are about the rules, and also how well you understand these rules. So basically, for each chapter, suppose if I talk about noun or pronoun, for each chapter there are a set of rules, right? One more thing, verb, if you will say, you can divide this into two: basics of verbs, I've covered it, plus there is also one very important chapter from which you get a lot of questions, which is subject, verb, agreement, or syntax rules, right? So subject, verb, agreement rules are there. So all those who are beginners particularly, guys, this is the grammar portion that is definitely asked, right? And you should be familiar with all the rules of each of these chapters. Again, who have purchased the course, you definitely have the concept videos from where you can clear these rules and you can understand and clear your concepts. So all the rules, the concepts, which will never change, grammar will never change, these are of course applied in all your grammar question types. Now coming to the question types, what are the question types that are asked in grammar? Now we have studied the rule, we know the concepts, so where will you apply these rules? So if you know, there is one very common question type which they have started asking or they've been asking: error spotting. The weightage for this question type is increased. So there are error spotting questions that you get in the exam, and definitely minimum 5 questions are there, right? If you pick up any previous year paper also, you will say minimum 5 questions in some form or the other are definitely asked from grammar. So direct error spotting, one single sentence is divided into parts. You have to figure out which part has an error. Then there are other formats also. Grammar is not tested only just error spotting questions. Error spotting also, you will have a variety of pattern, right? So at times they give you 2 sentences. You have to figure out which sentence has an error, right? 2 sentences, and accordingly you have to mark one sentence as an error. You have to figure out which one has an error. So this is one sentence error, which one has an error, you have to mark that. Then there are a set of, say, 5 sentences given in a sentence. SBI PO exam particularly can give this kind of question. 5 sentences given, right? They will ask you which one is contextually correct, right? Or the question could be which one is contextually incorrect. There will be one which is incorrect out of 5, you have to mark that, or one which is correct out of 5, you have to mark that. So there is a huge variety of these kind of questions, but every type, every pattern, of course, will apply the same grammar rules or logics. Then there is phrase replacement. A part is underlined, right? You have to figure out, you have to correct that there is some error there out of the 5 options, which should you use to replace the highlighted or underlined phrase, so as to correct the sentence. So each of these question types will of course use the same logics, the same basics that you will cover in concept videos, right? And if you want to be familiar with all the question types and patterns, it is always good, because SBIPO is one exam that of course give you an entirely new type every time they have a new type of question. So if you want to be familiar with that particular question type, a new type of question, various patterns, you can always follow our classes. Like I cover a variety of pattern. So what you have to do is, rules will not change, will be used again, but what you should do is to have confidence in this particular part. You should cover a variety of grammar based questions, right? Even error spotting, there is a variety, like I told you, right? So variety of grammar based questions, this you will find in Olive Board mock also, and also Olive Board mocks plus our classes as well. We cover a variety, right? So I hope this is clear. Grammar portion first. Coming to non-grammar, there are very specific chapters which they have been asking over the years, right? Since many years, right? IBPS always gives these particular topics in your English section. So first is reading comprehension. Remember, this gets the maximum weightage. Max weightage is given to this topic. So please don't even think of leaving this topic. You have to get comfortable with reading. You have to increase your reading speed, because this is something you will definitely get in your exam, prelims as well as mains, both. Okay. So here maximum weightage to RC is given. Prelims, mains, both. Maximum weightage means, if of course they are giving 40 marks English section, at least 15 will be RC question, 15 marks, right? So please concentrate, particularly for SBI, there will be indirect questions also, which I cover every time, and I'll cover in SBIPO course also. Indirect questions like what is the tone, what is the central theme of the paragraph, or what is the title of the paragraph. These are the kind of questions you have to focus on. Definitely SBIPO will not ask you all the direct questions from RC. Indirect questions as well, which can be inferred, which are not directly stated. Tone question, central theme question, like these you have to focus on. And of course we have vocab based questions from RC, but remember, max weightage. So please improve your reading skills. Also in my daily 9 a.m. classes, which is editorial sessions, we do discuss the editorial tone. That is, why do I do that? That is because you should be comfortable with answering such questions. So first important, reading comprehension, right? Depends on how well you understand a passage. Second, cloze test. This is basically to test your vocabulary also. So cloze test question, it tests both your vocabulary plus your understanding, how well you understand the paragraph. Here again your reading will help you, right? All the non-grammar chapter, basically what will help you is reading, a lot of reading and understanding. So cloze test, again, usually you get the standard question where there is a paragraph with blanks. For each blank there are 5 options. You have to pick which word will go in the option. So there are new type cloze test questions also they have started asking. They will give you one complete paragraph. In places in that paragraph, somewhere there will be blanks to fit a vocab word. Somewhere they will just underline a complete sentence in that paragraph and ask you what is the error in that particular sentence of the paragraph. So these are the kind of questions they ask you, new kind of cloze test questions, right? So this is again we cover in our course. Para jumble. Now most of the people are scared of this question type. Every time, like 99.9% of the time, you'll get this question for 5 marks. Set of sentences jumbled up and you have to arrange these. People find this very tricky, but not all para jumble questions are tricky. So of course I've taught my students hints on how to go about this question, but these are the standard questions which they ask always. So the part of your syllabus, right? Non-grammar, RC, cloze test, para jumble. Next is vocabulary. Now guys, understand, vocabulary questions can be directly asked. So many patterns are there, vocab based questions. It can be fillers. Now fillers, again, if I start writing, there are variety of patterns under fillers. It can be double blanks. It can be single blank. one sentence, one blank, select the word which will fit the blank. It can be double blank, single blank. It can be two sentences and you have to fit one common word for both the sentences, right? It can be a different kind of word usage question where one word is given and used in say 4 sentences. You will be asked where it is correctly used. So there are many pattern of vocabulary also, fillers. So directly they are checking how do you know the meaning of a given word or no. Pattern can be anything, they can be a variety, and there is a variety. So we cover those variety in classes, but vocabulary separately you will have to prepare. So there are vocabulary based questions which are always asked, and the most common one is definitely fillers, right? It can be any filler, any kind of question. So this is your non-grammar portion. This is a standard which they have been asking, the questions they have been asking for I don't know how many years. But yeah, this is something you cannot avoid. You need to prepare non-grammar part, right? Coming to the new pattern questions. Why I've mentioned new pattern questions? This is something they've recently started asking. So new pattern questions include, okay, I've just written it here. So first one is para completion. Okay, so there's one paragraph given. You have to tell which will be the last line of that paragraph. Again, depend a lot on context. So SBI PO guys, particularly the questions right now that I'm mentioning, SBI PO type questions, new pattern. So these people definitely like to ask newer questions. Match the following, also not the old one where 2 columns are given. Match the following, they sometimes combine with connectors. If you're there on Edge, if you have taken my classes, you will see I've done this. Match the following plus connectors combine. They give this kind of question to make it a little tricky for students, right? Match the following, they combine with fill up plus fill up, right? How do they do it? You can see, you can check my class on Edge also. 3 columns, match the following. It's all new, little tricky questions, right? Not the simple ones. Word interchange. Now, one sentence is given and 4 to 5 words are highlighted. You have to figure out they are not correctly placed in a sentence, so you have to figure out where is the correct placement in a given sentence. So that is word interchange. Central idea of a paragraph, summary of a paragraph. All these questions are basically depends a lot on your understanding skills, how well you are able to comprehend and understand. And these are the new type questions you are now getting in your English section. Idioms related. Now idioms, I have already done a free video on All Aboard YouTube channel. If you will just check 50 idioms, most important, most common ones. I will do a second part also, 50 more. So you need to be aware and familiar with the common idioms. Editorial also, when we discuss, I talk about the common idioms used in editorials. You should know those common ones, because you cannot complain that idioms is not a part of banking. It is a part of SSC syllabus. SBI PO, definitely these people can ask you a question on idioms, and it will not be a direct question that they will give you an idiom and then you will be asked the meaning. It will not be like that. It will be through sentences. You are given a sentence, an idiom is highlighted. You have to figure out what is the meaning of that. So it will not be a direct idiom question, but yes, there will be questions somewhat related to idioms and phrases. So the common idioms and phrases is what you should know. Start watching my, of course, start with this video, All About YouTube video, which I have done. Connectors and sentence joining. Again, a trouble for many of you, because these are recently added, I think, a chapter or topic in your exams. This is not something they have been asking. So here, these are connectors and sentence joining classes. So here, people face a lot of problem. I have done a few sessions, of course, on Edge as well on YouTube. You can find 2 sentences are given, or at times 3 are given. You have to figure out how will you connect, which word will you select to use or use to join the given sentences. So again, you have to cover this. This is again very important for your PO exam, SBI PO exam particularly. So this is your complete English syllabus, which I have divided into 3 parts, right? So grammar, non-grammar, standard question types, and new pattern questions. This is your entire syllabus for SBI PO English section. I hope now there will be no confusion with regards to syllabus. Okay. So I don't think there should be a problem with regards to syllabus now, and it's pretty clear that what all you have to cover is this. And remember guys, grammar, you will have to learn the concepts, right? You cannot do guesswork there. Non-grammar, you have to be regular with your reading habits. You have to understand editorials, right? We have sessions also daily. So all of these regular practices which I always say you have to follow is because this will help you in your questions only in your exam, right? So I hope now there will be no confusion regarding syllabus, guys. You can always mention it in the comments below. If you have any confusion, any queries, I'll reply back to you. All those who are new here have not purchased the course yet, it is at a discount. Use my code HK60. You can see it on the screen, HK60. You will get 60% off, right? So use my code and join the course so that we can learn more and prepare the best for SBIPO, right? Thank you, and this is it from my side. Do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Subscribe to Olive Board YouTube channel. Click the bell icon to never miss an update.